do. Alright, hold on. We're just getting set up. It should be fine now. Where's my little holder for this? Well, I guess I'll just put it over here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so we should be alive and good. Right. Okay, so this is part 2 for this particular rainbow quilt that I'm working on. I think I've already changed my mind in terms of using like a shaggy quilt style to piece it all together at the end, but this is a work in progress and I will update everything as we go and hopefully at the end be able to put together maybe a more concise video. It's just like tells you what's good, how I put it together and everything, but I do think this is pretty simple. This is what we have at the moment, so I think just about halfway through cutting everything. Also I have a different microphone on, so I hope that it works, and I did put some of my meditations in the background. They're on Spotify if you're interested in listening to any of those. Jack of all trades, master of none, that's me. Alright, so again, this is rainbow, so when you go from the strips, which is what we're cutting from today, after you've sewn them all together, you'll have all of these in different colours, like this. So if you're just wanting the quick how I'm doing this, well, I'll explain it now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2.5 inch strips. You could use a jelly roll. This is a new one, which my parental got me. I'm going to turn that one into, I already know, I'm turning it into like a hexagon tablecloth type of thing. I don't know if it'll be table run or tablecloth, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, I don't want to start on that until we've done this. So you've got your 5 2.5 inch strips all sewn together. You probably want to do a scant 1/4 inch seam is what I'm finding out, because then you'll have a little bit more wiggle room. And then I'm cross-cutting these into 10-inch squares, because that's what works for the fabric that I have. If you've got a bit more room, just make sure you've got even squares, 2 even squares out of your strips. These were fat quarters, that's why they're half. So if it's from a whole strip of fabric, you'll get 4 squares out of it. Right, so, and then after you've cross-cut them into squares, you're cutting them on the diagonal, and you cut 1 on the diagonal when the strips are going horizontal, and you cut 1 in the exact same way while the strips are vertical, so that when you put them together you'll get this kind of look. And then you can decide how you want to put it together in the end, but mine's going to be all like rainbow, so I'll have like purple, blue, yellow, green. I'll just mix them up however, and I'm going to have like, there's an equivalent square of this for the front, and then I've cut the same amount of fabric, so there should be one for the back as well, which is why I'm going to do like a quilt as you go method to put it all together. Oh my gosh, if any of that didn't make sense, that's fine. I'm going to put this over here. So I also made a mistake on this one, which I don't need to show you. I need to do some repairs over there, because I can sew it back together, so it'll be a little bit janky, but that's fine by me. I am nothing if not a janky sewer. I don't mind. The quilt says its purpose. It's not going into a show. It's to be like used and utilized in the home. So yeah, I have this really big square ruler, which you don't have to have. You could just use the marks on here, just utilize what you've got, basically. And I'm just gonna kind of go between these two rulers. I've just got the longer, I think, what are these, 6 by 24 inches, I think. It's just the standard size one. The square is really handy. If I make mistakes, that's fine. I should have enough blocks, or I'll just alter like the size of the quilt or change the pattern. Add more borders, do something interesting with them. Just improvise if you make mistakes. No, you didn't. It's part of the plan. No one will know. Except you. Alright, 10. The last time I did this, I cut the full length of the ruler, and that's what I made the mistake on that one over there. So I have to make sure I'm doing 10, and I can even do this. And if you are really wanting the seams to line up perfectly, then I'd suggest ironing them as you go. These are already ironed, but you know, I'd probably be a little bit more finicky with that and making sure that you align certain marks on your ruler to a certain what is it? Connection seam to a certain seam. You just do whatever you need to do to keep it all looking the same. Alright, 10. I'm going to move that away and do this one. And that way, whee. Then all I need to do is spin it around and do it this way again. I suppose most of you know how to cut squares, that's fine. I'm just a very chatty individual. Oh my gosh, don't need an ad. YouTube puts them up themselves. So I think there is a way to control the ads, but I have not figured that out yet. There we go. I'm going to keep all my little scrappity scraps. That's 1, 2, oh, nice. And that one should only need that cut because the other was nice and square, and that's when I swap over to this ruler and I do this. So this is what I mean by one of these you want your strips going horizontal and the other you want them going vertical. So just have them going opposite ways, and then I'll just cross cut from corner to corner this way and the same angle on that one. And then I'll show you why after I do that. It's what brings it together. If you wanted all your strips to go the same way to have a different effect, you could do that. You would just cut it accordingly. Okay, so there's that one. Vertical, vertical, cutting it vertical. It's the inside of my brain. I have to like remind myself. And just go slow with this. I only do one at a time. That's what makes this the most time consuming part of the whole process. So this will be in this, that smaller part is like where the little square part goes. So essentially what would happen is I swap them and then it creates this sort of right angle, and that's why, and fabric does have a little bit of give, so I'm not too concerned about that, but that's why when you're cutting it you just keep it consistent and line it up if you want it to be perfect. Again, I'm not too worried for mine in particular just because this is not for show or anything. Sure, there are plenty of tips you have for keeping them the same, but yeah. So you would put that together and I would mix up all my different colors, and then you get a bigger block. I'll pull some over so you can see. That kind of goes like this. Okay. Ah. That one would be there. That would be there. There we go. So that would be, I'm not sure if you can see all of it. I think you can. But that would be like the final block, and then you just make multiple of those. But what I'm going to do within this is, instead of having this be all blue, is I'm going to be alternating colors. And I might change my mind when I lay them all out. After I'm done cutting, I'll just like lay a few of these out on the bed or on the floor in there, and just verify before I sew them all together what I think looks better for this quilt. It'll be rainbow either way, but yeah, I still think this looks really nice. So you could just do it with a bunch of the same kind of colors too. But yeah. Oh my gosh, okay, let's get this. This one goes here. So they kind of meet and go at different directions, which is why I cut them one vertical and one horizontal. My goodness. Okay, keep it together. So that's all I'm really going to be doing. Because it takes a long time to get through these. It's okay if I make some mistakes. We'll just figure it out. So I have 2 more blue and then we're in the greens. Thank goodness. Okay, I think I might need to change the comment settings too. Because I haven't in a long time, but I used to do a lot of tarot reading streams, so I'd have to make it sure that it was subscribers only. That's why I think it's still set as that, just because you get a lot of spam, and I'm not sure if it's bots, but they'd like come in and be like asking for all different readings and not really paying attention to like the topic of what I was doing, because obviously that's not the only thing I do. Oh, I should have done that this way. It's all right. But yeah, it was just to help filter out things. But since it's been a long time since I've done any of that stuff on this channel, I might, maybe, be okay to change the settings. Just because you don't have to subscribe to participate. Do you know what I mean? It's just more of a safety measure to do that. Oh my gosh. That's sewn a bit wonky. What have I done? What's going on? Oh, I had it on the 9 inches. I was like, that doesn't make sense. That's better. Gosh. I would rather take my time with it. Than rush and make a mistake, because I do that. I've already done that plenty of times in this quilt, which is fine. Okay. Okay. Horizontal, vertical, crosscut. Hoping to get this finished within the next couple weeks. 2, so we'll see how that goes. 1, 2. Okay, so blue. Right, this one, when I was sewing them together in the last video, which had terrible audio, it's fine, it was just the first sewing one. We're learning as we're going. I skipped sewing these blue ones together on stream because, I don't know if you noticed, but one of those strips had a different type of fabric in it. And that was a scrap from another quilt that I wanted to put in here just to substitute with one of these. I think it was this check, actually. Yeah, this one. So that's how that turned out, and I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. So it'd probably be really good to use up any like jelly roll strips, and then you could just add to it. Just want to make sure that I'm not getting distracted. 10, 10. Great. Perfect. You're just a tad wonky on this side. Yeah. Oh, hi, cat. Hope she doesn't jump up here. She loves, Medusa, my cat, loves to get involved whenever I'm doing any kind of sewing. So I have to watch her because you never know. She likes to sit like right next to the machine. You're like, please don't. So I just don't want her to impulsively like try to, you know, grab at something and hurt herself. Ooh. I worry about you, okay? I'm not trying to exclude you. You're allowed to help, cat. Just, you know, help without hurting yourself, okay? I need to practice. I need to find something for her to do. Actually, last time, I think it was in the last stream, I had a basket here. And that seemed to work. Okay, vertical, right. Maybe I could make you a scrappy fabric basket to sit in. I wonder if she would use it. Maybe. Green! Hooray, a new colour. Refreshing. I like the green. I like all of them. They're probably going to say that every time. Oh, I like that one. Of course I did. I picked it. The blanket. Of course I like it. Silly. It's okay, she's sitting on the floor. It is a little bit hot this morning. Actually, what time is it? Oh, it's almost 9. I got up pretty early. I've had a bit of a mild cold. Not enough to like... It's one of those ones where you're questioning whether or not you have a cold. But I'm like, no, I'm definitely more sleepy. And just like a bit more out of it than usual. So, I think it's hot this morning. The cat's acting as if it's hot this morning, but could it just be me? I don't know. It's possible. What is going on? That one's a bit wonky. There. Oh, no. Come on. You can do it. It's just a teeny bit wonky there. There we go. Okay. It took me about an hour to do, was it like 1.5 of these color sets? Last time I was doing other things though. So we'll see how long this takes. I just need to get it done at this point. It's the most tedious part. And then I'll be able to sit down and sew everything. Well, after I double check the layout that I want. Of course, those two. I'm just kind of putting them in a pile like that so that they're all together. And I'll just mix them up and have a look when I'm done. Cat? Oh, it's okay. She's gone to the bathroom to get a drink, I assume. I'm watching you, cat. Oh, it's just this one. It's kind of easier having this set up here because I can walk around the table. I know you can get mats that spin, but I don't know how well that would work for me anyway. What is going on over here? Ooh. Okay. gonna have to iron you again. Where's my iron? It's being a little uncooperative on that end. Probably because of how I've laid it out. Where am I gonna put this one? Mistake block can sit over here. I'll put a tin on top of it so that you don't get to a cat. Right. It's just a little bit short on that end, so I'm gonna go over it quickly with the iron. Where's my drink? It is hot, I think. I have to ask the omnipresent if she's hot this morning. Like, is it just me or is it hot? Because I was cold yesterday and I don't know what's going on. Okay. Seam just wasn't quite flat enough. These have been sitting here for a couple days, I want to say. Maybe a week. I'll have a look at when that last stream was. That'll tell me how long it's been sitting there for. Because I believe I finished the rest of them. There we go. Yeah, I finished the rest of them on that same day. I just took a break. Oh no, it would have been the day after, because I finished them, sat them there, went to bed, came back the next day and ironed them all, which was a task and a half. You are just not... It's fine. It's only a smidgen off there. Right. I'll do this first. If I do it the other way, I'll get confused. Oh, you're in your basket. Good kitty. The basket's just gonna have to sit over there for now. Because there's no room over here, I'm sorry. Horizontal. These two. And these two. Wait, I did turn... Yes, I turned the iron off. Just making sure. It is definitely like me to forget. Nice. 10. Definitely want to do something with all my scraps, but I have a few more projects to do, so I'll do those. Acquire more scraps because I don't have that many, and then we'll figure something out to do with those. I like the idea of having like a really big scrappy quilt, but I definitely do not have enough for that. What did I do here? Sir? And or madam? Gender neutral quilt? What have I done to you? Okay, I'll just cut it in the middle. Yep, did that move? No. better? This way. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I did used to live, not live, God, work. Work. I used to work in a craft store where my specialty was patchwork and quilting. So while these videos may seem a little bit out of the blue for the general channel, which at the moment is just a bit of everything anyway, because that works better for me, and it's okay if you only like certain videos, it's fine. I make playlists, so you can always watch the playlist. I'm not sure if you can follow playlists, but that would be useful, wouldn't it? But yeah, but it has been a long time since I've actually sewed or sewn anything, because I didn't have a sewing machine for quite a long time. And then of course, as soon as I get one, it's I have to make 10 million things, don't I? Which is where we're currently at. I need to finish this one. And then I've got the hexagonal tablecloth is what I want to make that. Because I saw a video on YouTube, if I remember, I don't know. No, I can't remember the channel. It's not one I'm subscribed to, it was just like recommended to me. And she had, it was one of these, and I remembered that I just bought one. Hers had different markings on it, but it was essentially one of these sort of 60-degree angle rulers. And you sew 2 strips and then cut, I think it's 6 that way and 6 in the opposite direction. And then you make hexagons. And I was like, that is excellent. I already have one of those rulers. I want to do this. So that's where that idea came from. I will try to remember to link it. And then funnily enough, I don't know if TikTok just knew that that was something that I wanted to do, but I saw someone else do a tutorial on TikTok of basically the same thing. But the lady on YouTube that I saw, wait, I wonder if I can quickly have a look, because I may still have the tab open. Do I have it open? Oh, I do. The Quilter's Candy Shop. SHOPPE. Or Shoop? I don't know. That's who it is. So, that is where I got it from. The idea. Hopefully I'll remember to link it. I might be able to drop it in chat. I'll just cut this first. But yeah, if you're curious, that's kind of what I'm going to do with that one. That should be relatively simple, I hope. Say that about everything. I'm like, I could do that, and then I'll ADHD my way into a mess. That's fine. In my defense, it always works out. It just doesn't always work out the way that the pattern maker intended it to. Which I think is half the fun, to be honest. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, I left the tab open. One of my 10 million ADHD tabs. Because I knew, I'm like, I need to reference this because I want to do that. Just in case I make a mistake on it. do. Keep doing. Not like that. I mean with sound. Oh dear, no. I'll just ignore that. That never happened. I never said it. Never happened. I'm not embarrassing. I'm not a silly Billy. You are a silly Billy. It was you. You misheard me. Yes, it wasn't me. No. Oh dear, okay. Let me see if I can grab the link. Or can grab it. And then the question will be, yes, I want to go to YouTube and I want my channel. And I want this one.
Switch to Chrome to stay in.
No, I don't need to listen to that. That's the link. I think that's set. I think that's fine. Right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'll be doing with, is it in there? Did it actually send or not? Because it's not on my chat. What's going on? Yes, it is. I've got my phone sitting there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with Christmas fabric. Except I'll do a more thinner, like tablecloth version instead of a blanket. What am I doing? Right, cross-cutting. And the beauty of linking it in chat is that if I forget, or I somehow lose that tab, I can go back and find it. Yeah, if you have any other ideas, what you would do with a Christmas jelly roll, let me know. That one has 40 strips in it, I think. Yes. Ooh. I keep hearing what sounds like a cow mooing. I said this earlier to my friend. I was like, what is that? I was like, oh, it has to be a car. But there it was again. I don't know what that is. Shouldn't be any cows nearby. Unless someone's playing sound effects for fun. It's gotta be some kind of car. Okay, you're gonna make it wonky if you do that. Where's the seam? There. Mew. Oh goodness. My nose is still a little stuffy today. I should have checked comment settings while I was there. No. Oh well. Ah. This is why we always put the guard up on our rotary cutters. Luckily for work, that's just one of the very first things that they kind of drum into you. They're like, always, you cut, you put the guard up immediately. So most of the time, thank goodness, I do that. So that if it does flip over and I do something silly, I'm not going to hurt myself. Because that's the last thing that I need right now. Well, this is going to be so pretty. Ah. Okay, how many do we have left of the green? Is this one? Oh, really one more after this. Oh, and then we're on to yellow. Yes. I was contemplating adding another colour, which I'm not going to do. Because why would I do that to myself? Cease and desist, self. But I wasn't sure what I would add anyway. Because red's the only thing I could think of, but I don't particularly... No. Oh my gosh, YouTube, that's another ad. Oh, I'm gonna have to check the settings just next time to make sure that it's not doing that. Unless it has been a while and I just haven't noticed how long it's been. But they don't need to play very often. They get in the way. Francine. I said skip, please. These chocodiles, Francine. It's better. It might be kind of annoying swapping between the two rulers, but this just works for me, so. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, horizontal, vertical. Vertical. Ooh, when I cut the yellow, we'll be able to do some examples of what the block could look like. I don't know if I have enough room. I can do like one, but that's about it. Anyway, I think I'll still do quilt as you go, just because I want to use up some smaller wadding or batting, whatever you call it, pieces. And then but I might, instead of doing more raggy quilt, because I don't think I'll have the seam allowance for that. join it on one side and then on the back, or I guess it'll make it reversible, have the sashing. Do I have the fabric for this sashing? Yes. Which would be just like this. Like an itty bitty strip, and it's rainbow. This is like the whole point of the rainbow quilt. It's to go with that. Because we love Care Bears. They care and we care. Oh my god. I do love them though, they're so cute. I don't know how I feel about new Care Bears, but original Care Bears is good. I did do that right, yep. Whew. I have seen some, and it depends on which of the newer one you're talking about. Some of them were okay, and then some of them were just really confusing to me. Like, no thank you. I don't know what's happening. My Little Pony is probably the one where I'm like, the new and the old one. Even though they're vastly different, they're both good. Yes, I do like me some cartoons. Also helps when you got kids, because you can just be like, oh yes, totally because of the kids, yes. Not that I think it's weird to watch that stuff as an adult. Why not? If you like it, like what? Doesn't matter, I don't care. Clearly I like it. I have Care Bear stuff everywhere, if I could. I do take pleasure in this one time that I freaked a man out at the pub because I was wearing a Disney princess watch and he like completely freaked out. Like, just because I have a Disney princess watch on does not literally mean that I'm a child. Like, you can enjoy Disney as an adult. I don't know why that's such a strange concept to you, sir. But it's a good toxic man repellent, you know. If you can't handle the Disney princesses. It's like, what do they ever do to you? Sing? What? You don't like beautifully melodic music? Let's see. Yellow. This is the yellow. It has a little bit of orange in it. These two are too similar to put right next to each other. So that's why I broke it up that way. Otherwise you'd kind of go like lightest to darkest-ish. Or you'd find some sort of pattern that makes sense to you. But yeah, I just knew I couldn't put those next to each other, but I had to use both of them because I don't have very many yellows. And I like these ones because they have a little bit of other colours in them. So it matches with the rest of the quilt, but it's still predominantly yellow. I think I have a pink, and I have this in a couple of colours in the quilt. And then this was just from like a larger pack of fat quarters, which worked out really well. 'Cause I was able to use them for like this one where I didn't have very many. I think the orange works well. 10. Good. I can't believe I'm almost done cutting all of these. Like I said, this is probably the most tedious part of the whole quilt. It's probably a good thing to put it on live stream because then it distracts you. You don't notice how much time has passed, even though it's just me yapping in my own general direction. I'm very good at that. As you can tell. I could have a conversation with me for hours. I was always in the habit of talking out loud as a kid. I think it started more like I mentioned Disney. So I'd be like, oh yeah, that's just normal. Like people walk around and they sing to themselves and stuff. It didn't cross my mind that that wasn't weird. I was a very bizarre child. But of course you learn pretty quickly. This is not normal from other people's reactions. I think you're just talking to yourself. Also, it's too quiet if I'm not talking to myself. And it helps me process like what I need to do. I forget what it's called. Is it verbal processing? I don't know if that's a technical term, but it is a thing. It is a thing that a lot of, not only disabled people, but a lot of people in general do. I find it helps me, but then on the flip side can have benefits, like with live streaming. I thought I didn't cut through that for a second. Whee! Okay, so let's just see. So if I had that one, then you would have, was it this one? No, it would be the other one. Okay, now let's see. Try not to mess this up. Move the greens here. And then I think it was this way. Ah, gosh. Well, I think you get the idea. Of it being like rainbow, but then you still get that pattern. Okay, so you could put maybe that one there. Just trying to figure out how it matches up. Okay, where's pink? I am making a bit of a mess. Would it be this one? Maybe. I mean, I probably would not put that there, but it kind of gives you an idea, like rainbow, just not so much yellow. But yeah, okay, let me see. I should pull another of the dark pinks out. Right. Is it this one or this one? No, it'd be this side. Yeah. Ta-da! So this is kind of how it would look, and then I just got to put a bunch of these blocks together. So I'll just start with like pairing them and sewing it that way. But yeah, this is the idea. Now I have to put it all back, don't I? It's okay if it gets a little bit muddled. Okay, pink, purple. But I hope that gives you a good idea of the idea, I suppose, of this quilt and what it will turn out like. Okay, blue, I guess. Blue. There we go, and then the green was on the top. There. Now I just got to keep cutting the rest of the yellow ones. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. And if I want to make the quilt bigger, I can always scrap the idea of having the exact same blocks on the back as on the front. And maybe swap some of the blocks on the back with a plain square and alternate that way, because that could work. What are we doing? Cutting. Ooh, that was nice. I like to do that sometimes, just like see. It's all good to have an idea in your head, and like in theory I know exactly what this is going to look like, but it's a different thing when it comes together and you can see it. And this would actually be interesting. Like really easy to get very different look or effect depending on like how many different colors you used and what the colors are, which I think is the same with every quilt pattern. It can be hard to imagine it that way sometimes, so it's good to see different examples. I know I'm probably not the first person to think of doing a quilt this way. Like there would definitely be other patterns out there. All I knew is I wanted to do something fairly simple and then make it overly complicated. Yes, excellent. Of course, I've done a wonderful job. No, I wanted to do like strip piecing and I had fat quarters. And then I was just like, oh well, I'll do 2.5 inch strips because I'll get the most out of it that way. And then that would also make the same pattern able to be used with jelly rolls, so that's neat. And then I just wanted to have as many colours as possible to go with like our Care Bear fabric. So I just pulled it up. I could probably show you the thing. Is it still in my program? I had an image of it. Wait, there it is. There you go. So I put it in the, I think it's called Quilting 8, in a quilting program. I probably wouldn't put the layout exactly as this because one of those rows doesn't make sense. That should be like on the top or bottom. But yeah, overall that's kind of what it'll look like. I just used plain colours, and that way I could double check in the program that I had enough fabric too, because it gives you an estimate on how much fabric, and you can click fat quarters. So that was useful, just to like have that, even though in theory I was like, this should work. My brain cannot always be trusted, so I like to double check things, and also visually seeing it in a pattern even if you deviate from it, is really useful. Yep. Right. You could do like oranges, even though there's already an orange in this yellow block. That's probably what I would have done if I had more yellows and I wanted to add another colour. Orange makes more sense. I just feel like red's too much because I also kind of want it to be more pastel. Pascal. Oh my god. Tales of Grace's F. I saw that they're it's coming out again. That was my favourite. I think that was my introduction to the Tales games. I may have played others. No, my sister had one that was on the Wii U. It was a guy with blonde hair, I think. And I think that was like the second part to a different Tales game. I'm not explaining it very well. I don't know the name of it, but Tales of Grace's F was my first, played all the way through. And Pascal is one of my favourite characters. She's so funny. And I really like her design too. And I'm really excited that that game is coming out. I squealed a little bit. I was like, oh my god. Because I was looking up Tales of Xillia, I believe. Xilla. I don't know how you pronounce it. But that game has two. It's like a series. A lot of the Tales games are not like that. They're more like Final Fantasy games, how every game is like a completely different story, but there are a lot of things that, like monsters or concepts and how you fight in battles that will carry over from one game to the next. But yeah, what in the world was I saying? I got distracted. I'm happy that that one's coming out. I believe I tried to do Cheria, I think that's how you pronounce the name, cosplay makeup a long time ago. I remember posting that too. I really liked that story. But Tales of Xillia, what I was going to say, the second one, that's my absolute favourite out of all of them. I do like Tales of Berseria too. Wait, do I have the... No. I don't have the case. I gave that to my sister. Then I bought it digitally because I was like, I must play this. But that one's fun because you collect cats. So you have to go around the world and find them. The newest Tales game, you collect owls, which is super cute. Do I have a case for that? Tales of Arise, I do. That's the newest one. This one you go around collecting owls. I really like this one. I have to start playing it again. Yeah, that one's good. But yeah, I love all the Tales games. Classic JRPG, which, if you have no idea about video games, I would just describe them as, if you like reading books, it's essentially a more hands-on version of reading a book. It's a story, but you're more involved. And especially, I have ADHD. I can't sit there and read books, unless I had medication, which is extremely expensive and also many barriers to, getting access to, which I do not have the funds to do that. Unless I had that, then sure, I could sit down and read a book. But, it's just one of those things that I think is really good for, allowing access for just different people to the same or very similar media, like movies. You could say the same thing. It's telling a story like a book, but there's visuals and stuff. Yeah. I did do this right, yes. Oh my god, I got distracted by myself. That's what I do. But yeah, if you didn't know anything about, especially RPG or role-playing video games. That's kind of how I'd describe it. It's a story. And they can be really good. My gosh. I definitely don't like some like war-based games or things that are like realistic war fighting ones. I don't see the point in that. I'm like, what the world is difficult enough. Like, give me fantasy. Give me something, you know, dragons and magic and stuff. I don't need to replay stuff that's already literally going on just in a fantasy way. Like, I don't know. Just, like, I'll have nightmares about that stuff. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm too sensitive. I also love when they have a good romance in there. I'm like waiting on Tales of Horizon. Like, it's gonna happen, isn't it? Come on. Come on. It's like you clearly like each other already. Or like there's some connection. Please let it not be that they're related, because that's always annoying. I don't like it when they do that. It's like, wow, we feel this close bond, and then it's like they're related. It's just creepy. Creepy. Bond. James Bond. They feel a close James Bond. God, getting delirious from cutting. What is happening? It's this yellow one that's slightly askew. But yes, I very much like video games. Suikoden 1 and 2, I think that's coming out. My elbow just cracked. The remaster of that's coming out in March next year, I think. That's a really good one. Grandia 1 and 2. We don't speak about anything else. No, nothing else exists. Just 1 and 2. The music in that is really good. So even if you don't like games, if you like really good orchestral music pieces, I would recommend looking that up. It's just so good. I don't know how else to describe it. Really good music. Also really good story. And the fact that they had voice acting in a PlayStation 1 game, it was iconic. It's really impressive for the technology at the time. God, is that just a nervous habit that I have? Now I'm gonna notice all these things that I do. Do. Okay. I can't believe I'm almost through all of these. How many? Oh, there's still a few. That's okay. Let me see. 1, 2. Is that it? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. And then I have to fix this purple one, which is just sewing it back together again and then cutting it again. And then they will all be. What's wrong with me? They'll be done. Thank goodness. Okay, the cat looks quite satisfied over there. She was just looking at me. You cannot come over here. You must stay over there. The other game I started playing was, it's a farming game. It's really cute. Is it Fields of, is it Mystria or Mysteria? Something like that. It's very cute. Very similar to Stardew Valley. Not the same. I like that there's a breeding system with the animals. You can get like different types of chickens and sheep and stuff depending on how you breed them. Like different colours and things. That's like very cute. I like the magic aspect to it as well. I'm not super... I'm kind of on my way. I'm like in winter on the first year. And I'm just focusing on getting bigger barns and stuff. And then doing some of the villager quests. Because I think I did all the main quests, because it's like mentions that more is coming soon. So I don't think there's much more I can do there. But it's really cute. Oh, I knew it. I knew that would happen at some point. When you don't quite cut through the seam. But yeah, that's a cute game if you like farming sims and just like cute little things that you can play for a little bit to relax. The character customization though, that's iconic. And the fact that my animals can wear hats and stuff. My chicken has a top hat. And the yellow chicken, wait, what does the yellow chicken? No, the yellow chicken has an egg on his head, literally. I have a black and white spotty looking chicken with the top hat, and then I have a white chicken. Does she have a bow, I think? I think she's wearing some kind of bow. And one of my cows has sunglasses. What was the other one? Oh, it's wearing a bow. I like bows. Oh, we're almost done. Whew. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Double check all the comment settings and everything. I've got to remind myself to do that after this. So I don't want to do it now because I'll probably be there too long doing it. Just a teeny bit on this end. Yep, okay. I also have a lot of other things to do today. I've got to mark a bunch of work. I've got, well, yeah, mostly that. Probably got to tidy up a little bit. And fix that one block that I messed up on. got the last one after this. Damn it. Did it again. Is it? Or is it the second last? No, it is the last one. Woo! The heck did I do with my seams on the back? Why are you like that? Probably because it was the one on the bottom. It's had the weight of the others sitting on there. Squeeze me, madam. Could you please stay in place? Thank you. Okay. I know, Cat, you'll have your table back in a minute. I can't tell if she's side-eyeing me or if she's like falling asleep. I'm trying to resist. She's trying to resist sleep. You look a little wonky, but it's fine. Just nothing to see here. I mean, it isn't wonky, it's just the seam. This isn't quite square with how I cut it. Damn it. Okay. Last ones, besides the janky square that needs fixing. Please don't mess up. Oh, look at all those scraps. That's better. I could probably bring... this over. She's a hefty stack. Okay, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours, or 5 different fabrics in each colour. And we did yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I did light pink and dark pink, technically. Because I wanted there to be more pink. So there's different ones in there. So there's 2 pink, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 other colours. Anyway, this is all in the description about what fabric and all of that stuff that I've used. I will update it as we go further along. Because like I said, I'm probably going to change a few things on how I do the final quilt, but this is for the main blocks. And then you can kind of do what you want from there if you don't want to do exactly what I'm doing. Obviously, this is just a I'm just showing you my process essentially, and making it go a little bit faster and easier by streaming while doing it. My ear has gone stuffy. What's the term? There's a word for that. Like how it's blocked? Is that the word? I do have a minor cold, so it's probably not helping. But this is going to be so good. There's supposed to be, in theory, enough for the front and the back. That's why it's so chonkers. So hopefully that works. And like I said, if I need more for the front, what I will probably do is get some plain squares, or I could even just get squares of this, to be perfectly honest, because that would work as well, except that I want to use this kind of for a little bit of sashing for the Quilt as you go join on the back, or the front if you wanted it to be on the front, but it would make it more reversible too. Okay, so I should probably take a break. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching afterwards. Probably too yappy, but that's fine. Can bring the cat back? Let's bring the cat back to her spot. Together. Ooh. Look, Baba. Look. Your spot's back. Everybody love you. I love you. I love you so much. Alright, so I'm going to take a break. We will come back to this at some point. And yeah, I'll figure out exactly how I want my layout to go. And what extra things that I might need. But we're good. Yay! Aw. We'll see you next time. I don't know if you can really see her. Hold on. Can you see her now? Here she is. Want to look at the people? Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how fluffy you are. Yeah, you're very fluffy. You can sit in your spot now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Ta-da! Bye. Bye.